Hi everyone, welcome back to the Jedi Academy. My name's James, Roger.
Hiya, I'm Darren.
And I'm Callum.
And we're back here, FFG Worlds 2017. This is game 1 of a possible 2 of the final. So we've got Andy Hornby from the UK on the left. Getting a bit sick of seeing this guy. And we've got Mick Cipra on the right, running his dark side. So, what's Andy running, Callum?
So Andy is running the Smugglers and Spies affiliation with 2 Last Warrior, 2 Asteroid Sanctuary, 2 Spark of the Rebellion, 2 May the Force be with you, 1 Along the Gamor Run, and no match for a good blaster, which is that's one of the hadn't seen a lot of play really in any meta. I don't think had it, to be honest.
No, I've not seen it about that much. Everyone sort of raved about it, but it was also a little bit. No one just seemed to be playing it much.
Yeah. I love this. At regionals, I went to a couple and ran double no match, and absolutely loved it. So when I went to Worlds with Andy and that, we definitely stuck with having one in the deck. I think the event in there as well is so good.
Oh yeah.
Don't get cocky. I've caught you and Darren out quite a few times with that one.
So it's one of those game-winning cards. Just so many times it catches people out.
Yeah. People can't.
Or it's just the card you need sometimes.
Yeah, and I think people can't name that card, or couldn't at the time. It might be a little bit different now, but they knew it had Han, Chewie, and an event in it, but they'd had no idea what the event was.
Yeah.
It's a good event, but it was never ever in a good set before, so this is definitely a good
exactly.
Set. Yeah. And then Mick is running, I think he's running the same deck he was a couple of years ago at Worlds as well, which is the Force Hunters. So he's Scum and Villainy, 2 Hunter for Hire, 2 Power of the Dark Side, 2 Dark Lord of the Sith, an Emperor's Web, a Killing Cold, 1 Hunters of the Jedi, and 1 Fearsome and Foul.
Okay, so it's pretty much the Force Hunters.
Yeah, so
usually what that's known as.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if Fearsome and Foul's that common in that, but
I don't know. We never ran it, did we?
No, we didn't. It's not something that I really did. I mean, I remember when it was a bit of a thing, and Bane Malar seemed to be everywhere, but I never really got on with it. So I must admit, I'm a bit naive to this deck.
Yeah. So it looks like they're just both.
So what's Andy looking for? What do you want with this? I think this is one thing we found with this set is there's not really any bad objectives.
Not really. So the ideal setup on this is May the Force, Gamor, and Spark, because you want May the Force to be fresh. Spark obviously to get those 3 units, and Gamor just guarantees you that changing of that card every turn.
Whether it's you get the card or it goes to discard, at least you're changing that card on the top of your deck. Give you a second chance with Gamor, with Spark.
Exactly. So ideally, that's what you want. And I'm not sure what Mick's looking for here. Would you think he's wanting all Sith objectives, so you can get that Dark Lord of the Sith to trigger?
Yeah, because obviously in this set, that Dark Lord of the Sith is not as good, is it?
No. So do you think he's maybe looking for a Power of the Dark Side, just so you can damage those units? Well, I think we're going to find out. So the fact
he has gone all Sith. Yeah.
So the fact he's played Killing Cold, I'm going to guess he saw a Sith a Scum objective, and has got rid of it.
Killing Cold's not going to do him anything.
No.
Because Andy, generally he's just going to ignore that objective.
Yeah, basically. So.
But yeah, I'm just having a look. So, I mean, I suppose he has got the majority of Sith, hasn't he? So.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's only got the 2 other ones.
Yeah.
Has yours frozen as well?
Yeah. Oh no! Bang on 420.
Yes, 420. Okay, so Andy's got Asteroid Sanctuary, May the Force be with you, and Spark, which is a very, very good combination.
That's not bad at all.
No.
Obviously, Asteroid Sanctuary, cycle that deck.
So
May the Force is still probably the best objective out there. Maybe Spark's better now, but...
So Asteroid Sanctuary is the second smuggler objective you want on that list after Gamor. So he's got the 2 perfect Jedi ones, and then you just want something to change that top card. So he's got that at least.
Yeah, it's just a little bit harder, isn't it, with Asteroid Sanctuary, but...
Yeah, you have to work.
It's
for
still
that one.
doable. Yeah.
So Mick's gone down.
So
I was just I wonder how many times Asteroid Sanctuary gets missed in the competitions.
it's right up there, isn't it, of that most likely missed objective.
Yeah.
I know I've missed it, I don't know, countless times.
That can be game changing, that missing it just once.
Yeah, and even more so with Spark now. I think I've even seen that on a few videos. People have missed it, and then they're like, "Oh, I didn't get a unit on your turn either." It's like, well, if you'd have remembered Asteroid Sanctuary, you might have.
Yeah.
So Mick's probably not happy with that. Do you think?
No, it's not a great start, really, is it? I mean, he got a resource. He just didn't manage to get to use it, really. And getting a champion in the bin's pretty good as well.
Yeah, he could have a lightning in hand though.
He could.
He might have a trick. Committing the lackey's not bad. It gives him the tactics.
And to be honest, this might be why Andy... not quite sure. He had Chewie, but it might be why he didn't want to stick Chewie down. So he didn't want a big unit to create a target.
No.
But he can just sit there, not get anything exhausted, and then he shouldn't lose anything to a Force Lightning.
Well, Charge of the Force, and he's got the Splicer. That gives you quite a few options to look at the top of his deck.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's going to have to focus something out for Dark Lord.
Dark Lord. Yeah.
So he's going in. I don't think you'd be too upset if Nick wasted a trick, something like Force Lightning on a Slicer here. So but he has got that bamboozle in hand, but he can't. I don't think he's got the resources for that.
No.
So he's going to swing in. If Mix defends this, then that lackey's going to be double tapped out anyway, isn't it? So, but he remembered the Asteroid Sanctuary.
Yeah, got Falcon.
Yeah, he knew that was Falcon, so he still hasn't triggered Spark this turn either. I don't think. Oh no, we've had a Force Lightning.
Oh, so there you
Nick.
go. There's the Force Lightning.
Yeah, Force Lightning.
So that must have been before the unopposed step.
Yeah. Oh.
That's not bad, but to be fair to Andy, he's played it all correct, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He knew he had a child. He thought, well, I'll play that out first. Have a look.
Yeah. Saw it was
it's a Falcon. So let's see if I can cycle the top of my deck. And he's then got Kanan, which obviously is good.
Yeah.
And maybe a bit touch lucky, but you know, he played it all correctly.
Exactly. He's done everything in his power this turn to change that card or see what that card is to get that spark to trigger.
Yeah.
So he's sending Kanan in again. That's why I was surprised that Mick used the lightning. I know Mick had no idea that Kanan was going to come out. But I just feel that maybe it's a little bit of a waste on a slicer.
Yeah.
I know they can do some work, but
I think Mick had the resources there.
Yeah.
Probably
thought I need to use them.
Yeah, free resources, nothing else to use on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Andy's probably pretty happy.
He could have just took the extra unopposed just in case something turned up.
Yeah.
It probably wouldn't have made a huge difference because all that probably would have happened, Andy wouldn't have attacked.
Yes.
Well, maybe he would have, but he probably would have just sat there, took the Force.
So looks like Mick's dumping a visage.
Ooh.
Well, I suppose he knows
he hasn't got any unique Sith units yet, so
I think he's got a Palpatine there, but he obviously can't get that out.
Yeah.
He's got a nice Tromper and a Sith warrior, and another lackey. So it'll be interesting to see what he goes for here.
And to be honest, this is what I think this was one thing that kind of put me off this kind of deck is you've got 2 Vaders. Has he got 2 Palpatines?
I think he's got 3.
So he's got
3.
5 mains that cost more than 4. And I don't know, you're running a bit of a risk of some opening dead hands here. Or, similar to what he had, just a single 2-cost unit that he managed to play out.
Yeah, essentially. There is that Sith deck going around at the moment that has 4 Palpatines and 2 Vaders in it. I've been playing with that recently and absolutely love it.
But it hasn't it got an obscene amount of resources as well?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Has it got some 2?
Yeah, it's got
2
Jarek.
resource objectives.
Yeah, it's got Jarek. So, but we'll see what Mick here plays out. I'd probably go for another lackey.
Yeah, lackey and the warrior.
Yeah, I think so. But just to get you that shield, he knows that there's going to be some tactics and there's going to be some seeds coming from Andy potentially. So at least if you've got that shield, you can kind of protect.
And to get the Raw Champion, that's win by 3, isn't it?
Yeah, so you can't do that, unfortunately.
You can't do that. So just commit the lackey, give him a black tactics.
Seems good.
Yeah, with
So,
Dark Lord still going to trigger, so,
yeah, and Andy can play that Falcon now.
Yeah.
So, but he's got the choice now. It's probably going to be the Falcon because there's nothing there that you want to bamboozle at the moment and stuff. So,
No, not. Yeah, you really want to be trying to use them on your Zebs in this deck. I'm not sure, maybe your Yodas. Something that's going to do a lot of work.
Yeah.
Zeb's the best target.
So he's going to play this nudge out, which is ideal, I think, for just the Dark Lord of the Sith target, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Although I think the children's perfectly adequate. You may want to do that to keep the nudge, because it's obviously got the extra force pip.
Yeah, I think turn 1 though.
Okay, so now he's gone Slicer.
He's got a bow rifle, I think, on the top of his part.
Or
Yeah.
another, or a resource of some sort.
It was something like that.
Maybe he's got the 2/2 from the Falcon set.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think we would have seen it by now if it was that. Oh. Here
I
comes-
suppose he's also thinking, instead of the Falcon, he's got Chewie, but that's the thing. He's a little bit underwhelming, isn't he, Chewie? Especially against the Sith, the Force Hunters deck, because it's very defensive.
Yes.
It's a bit better potentially against some aggressive Navy decks. But
The thing with him is it really can slow the dark side down. This type of deck, there's not a lot of units with black guns in this.
No.
In this deck, is that you want to be committing to the Force. So you imagine if you get him out, Chewie out now, Mick's used 2 commitment cards, and he's got 0 pips.
He'd have 0, yeah.
That's crazy. But that's something we noticed from playing Brainiac quite a lot, wasn't it? It was just being able to switch up how the Force is taken.
Oh yeah, the Signal Scrambler. Didn't used to like it. Now I really like it.
Yeah.
It's that sort of put that down after they've committed a couple of units, and it completely changes things.
Yeah, exactly. So Andy's swinging in here with Kanan on Dark Lord of the Sith. Would you expect a full block? But he knows Andy's got a buy. He's got plenty of resources. There's a bow rifle in the discard.
Yeah, he's not sparked yet.
He's not sparked or used the slicer yet.
No, so
there's a lot of unknowns here for Mick, isn't there?
yeah. And we obviously know he's got the bamboozle as well.
And Death Star Dial's only on 1, so he's got plenty of time.
Do we know where he's gone in against?
Dark Lord, I think.
Right. So he's probably thinking unopposed, stick the bow rifle on him. Although if he does that, he hasn't then got a smuggler resource for bamboozle.
Yeah, but the bamboozle isn't going to help much anyway, is it? Because
No.
Kanan's double.
Well, we don't know what he might spark in yet, but Yeah.
He has got a well equipped in hand, I think.
Right.
You can see he's got a fate card, and I'm pretty sure it's well equipped. Yeah.
Yeah, that's well.
Or
equipped,
well,
yeah.
is it well equipped? Yeah, well equipped.
Yeah, well equipped. That's it. Oh, here we go.
And so he's going to bamboozle.
Okay.
Oh, from the
Alright. So get rid of the shield.
Yeah. And if Mick wants to defend, it's going to cost him double. Two
Yeah.
units. That aren't
Yeah,
going
those
to be
lackeys
available.
will be out then for
Yeah.
a couple of turns.
Yeah. So he's going in for a big. Would you try and get rid of the Emperor's Web here? Would you?
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about killing cold at all.
You don't want that event, do you?
No, exactly. You don't want to damage it.
So-
Desolation of Hoth coming back at you.
Exactly.
Yeah, that is a crazy card when that comes out.
Yeah.
So do you think Mick will just defend with the one unit here?
I think so, because you've
He's only
kind
got
of got to account for Spark.
yeah, and he's only got to
Might
lock
bring
out.
in something.
He's only got to lock out one of these units.
Yeah.
To stop this from blow. If Andy wins Edge, it's gone, no matter what. But if Mick can win Edge, he can just lock down that slicer, and the objective won't get blown up because obviously the bow rifle can't go on the child. So.
Yeah.
But Andy, it'll be interesting to see if Andy's trying to win this or not. Whether or not that's, if he's going to try and win this to change that top card, then obviously the Spark or the Slicer isn't doing much for him. But so he's only put the Chewie in, so he's obviously not bothered about it.
So did we know that there was an enhancement on the top?
It looked like it.
It looked like it to me as well. But
And did he draw from Asteroid when he went in with Kanan?
no.
But that may well have been on purpose because he knows
Yeah.
what's on there and he wants it to get it.
Yeah, it definitely looked like a neutral unit or a neutral card.
Alright.
Hopefully we'll find out in a minute.
Yeah, well, if he didn't draw, he either missed Asteroid Sanctuary or he intended not to use it.
Yeah.
But the fact that he's not used it yet makes me think it is a unit rather than an enhancement.
Mm.
But I think Andy's happy with that.
Oh,
He's got
definitely.
to focus on the lackey.
Yeah.
Oh, so here you go. So it was a bow rifle.
I'm surprised he didn't put that on Kanan when Mick didn't defend.
Yeah.
And he could have paid for the other one to blow that up.
I wonder if he forgot.
Possibly. And if he had that on that earlier, he could have put that well equipped in.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So would you go in with the nudge here? Because obviously I don't think this next card is any good. Or it didn't look like it was, but it looks like he's going to...
No, he's thinking about commitment, but obviously you can't take the Force.
No.
I suppose you could go in with the nudge, although it's killing cold.
It's only one damage.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world. Okay,
I
so
think-
he's
I
just
think I
using
would've-
that to free up the
Yeah.
slicer.
I think I would have taken the one damage to potentially have another lackey luck focused out and to get another
Yeah.
card if that card is no good.
Yeah, you're right. Just cycle that top of the deck.
So I think Mick's going to be wanting... Is he going to be wanting a big unit here, or is he going to need a couple of more weenies? Is he going to be looking for a Bane? Would be nice here, I suppose. But he has got
Yeah,
another...
Bane or Vader, I think would be nice.
Yeah. So he's got another champion in hand as well. So
Yeah, you could really do with getting them both back.
yeah, so you could always go in with something. So he needs to get out something that's got 2 pips. He could send something in, dump the he could send the Sith Warrior in, dump the champion.
Well, the slicer's only got 1, so he only has to have a 2 pip.
Yeah, exactly.
unit.
So he could play. He's got a couple. He's got like the Royal Guard
Yeah.
in hand. So he could send something in that's only got 1 pip, dump the Royal Guard champion,
Right, yes.
and then commit the
See what you mean.
two pip unit, and then you win by 3 and get both back.
Yeah.
So I think that's so far that looks that would be my thinking at this point, because I think you need something that's just got a bit more unit damage on it.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, and the edge is going to help. Yeah, I think that would be a good play to do.
You're just going to have to take a little bit of a risk with the seeds, but I think Andy would have played that if he had it already.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yep, so here he goes.
See, so this is the other thing. If Andy had sent that nudge in, that top card could have been changed.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Mick would have defended. So that top card could have been changed. So he could have potentially had a different spark target if he hasn't got one at this point.
Well, I'm pretty certain he tried it and there wasn't anything on the top there, so...
Exactly.
Here we go.
So this is nice now.
Yeah,
he's got that ice.
It's a big board.
Yeah, and he's got that ice tromper out, which is going to help.
Yeah.
Just to slow these attacks down a little bit. So he's slowly getting that board control that he's been looking for. So.
Yeah, it's very strong. He just needs a big hitter, really.
Yeah, he'd like. I think he'd probably like a Vader next turn.
Yeah.
Something to help him get them visages off.
I think he's chucked both. I think he's.
Oh yeah, there's
both.
another one on the top now. So yeah,
that's both gone.
They're beautiful cards. When they stop people, they're just nasty.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
they're
Andy's
just
got my
almost
favourite
unstoppable.
card. Look at that.
Oh, there it is.
There it is. So he's got. Oh,
and he hasn't got a target to go with it. That's like the perfect combination, isn't it?
The perfect.
I'll just send this nudge in. Don't worry about him.
The perfect one when you draw.
I'll just put this one card in.
When you draw, don't get cocky off of your Asteroid Sanctuary. That's what you want.
yeah. Yeah. And you've miraculously got the resource to play it.
Yeah. You thought you were going to pay for that bow rifle, but.
Yeah. Suddenly, 2 extra objective damage is a bit better.
Yeah. So Andy's got a really strong hand here. He's got Falcon, Zeb, and Yoda Usik Yoda. Don't get cocky and a bamboozle.
A lot of tricks.
Yeah. And I don't. How many cards is Mick sitting on? Is he sitting on 3? With 2.
So he did.
He's sitting on 4, isn't he? He played the Royal Guard and the Tromper. So Mick's still sitting.
No, but he also chucked the Royal Guard champion, so I think he's got 3.
Yes, you're right. Yes. So, it's probably going to be a little bit.
So what we're thinking here, probably. Well, I don't know. With Zeb in hand, it's tempting just to drop the Falcon, isn't it? But
yeah, definitely, because you can't ice tromper that.
Yeah.
And so send that in. He's got to defend with the lackey, really. I don't think Mick could kill it unless. I don't see any way he could kill it.
No, you're not going to be. Well, unless he's got a heat or something like that.
But you could just bounce straight away, couldn't you, before the unit strikes?
Yeah. You'd get it back. It's whether he can stop it striking. I suppose the lackey can stop it striking.
That's all I can see, stopping it from striking. So would you double focus Kanan here for a Yoda Usik Yoda?
Well, you don't need to yet.
You don't need to yet. So, that's true.
No, let's wait. You want to leave it till that last minute. Hopefully, Mick fully defends, and then you just get that free Yoda going in.
Yeah.
Getting extra tactics out there.
So, what would you go in with the Falcon here? Does it matter? I think
with the nudge around, I'm not that bothered about Dark Lord of the Sith.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if I'm that worried about Emperor's Web, but I'd probably go for that.
Yeah, the fact he sat on 2 open resource, no, 1 open resource, I'm not that worried about it this turn.
No, I can't think of any 2-cost events that I'd be worried about.
I know there's the one in the Palpatine set that that destroys a unit committed to the Force, but you have to win by 3.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm not sure what Andy's...
That's the thing. Andy might need to be a bit careful here. Because what's Mick got? He's only got 4 on the Force, I suppose.
Yeah, it'll be if Mick gets a Bane out next turn. If Andy's overcommitted here.
But I'm just thinking, if Mick defends with the Royal Guard champion, that dies to the Falcon. If somehow Andy gets Kanan then focused, he could potentially lose that Force battle by 3 again, and that champion just comes back at the end of Andy's turn.
Yeah. So that must have been unopposed.
Yeah. I think, like we say, Mick was a bit like, well, I can't really stop this. Although, I don't know. Would you? I think I might have defended with the lackey.
Yeah. So yeah, Andy's done next to
Zeb.
done what we thought.
Ooh.
Oh, that's nice. I like that.
That's very nice.
Yeah. So that Ice Tromper Mick was. So you can tell that this is another card that does not see much play.
No.
We have a former world champion leaning across the table asking, "What does this card do?"
Yeah.
So,
like we seem to have found this no match for a good blaster set. There's a few little tricks there that are catching a few people out.
yeah, and when you get Han out, he just turns like Zeb. He turns all your mains into absolute beasts.
Yeah, him with Zeb is crazy.
You know,
Zeb's already very, very powerful.
Yeah, but just giving all your smuggler units a black gun.
Yeah, can make the slicers a little bit dangerous.
So slicers with bow rifles are killing mains. You know, they're dealing out 3 damage. Like you say, Zeb himself has suddenly got that 3 damage in straight away, unless your opponent's going to discard. And Falcon can one-shot pretty much any unit in the game, really, can't he? With 4.
But that blaster's the perfect answer to that Ice Tromper.
Oh, yeah.
Because that was going to cause Andy a bit of a headache, I think.
And he's got that for free as well.
He's got it for free.
Which is even nicer.
Zeb's targeted strikes turned on at the moment.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So.
The only problem with Andy, if he goes in, you know, Mick can commit enough to get rid of Zeb. I'm not sure if you want that to happen. So there you go. Andy's just passed the turn.
Yeah. Take Force. He's probably trying to get...
No, I think he couldn't because he matched him. They both.
Oh,
had
they
4.
matched. Right.
So in one way, that was very good of Mick to not defend with the lackey.
Yeah.
That's what managed to keep him the Force there. Death Star moves on to 5, so it's it's going up pretty slowly.
Yeah.
So Mick's got a very strong board. It's just, you know, Andy's got a good board as well now. He's managed to blow up 1 objective. He's about halfway there. But the dial's only at 5.
Yeah. So he's dead halfway there, isn't he? Because he's only got
Yeah.
He's got that 2 and a 4.
Yeah.
And
Mick, you know, typical classic Sith. You know, 1 objective damage over on Andy's side. So there's a long way to go in this.
You know, and Andy's got that magical 5 resources. This is what this deck wants: is 5 resources every turn.
Yeah.
If you can get a bit more, then brilliant. So you can get those bow rifles and tricks. But if you've got 5, that means you can play Falcon every turn, and then get a main out with the Falcon every turn.
Well, and of course, Andy's still holding on to that Yoda You Seek Yoda.
Yeah. So.
And he's got Kanan sitting there.
Yeah. So he's either going to play it when Mick commits to an attack.
Yeah.
Or he might
Or
play
just
it
at the end of the Force phase.
You could play it at the end of the Force phase if he's not got a spark target.
Yeah, get a shuffle.
Get a shuffle, then he can spark and slicer in mixed turn.
Yeah.
As well.
I'm not sure. Does he know what's on the top?
I think he does. Because I think he triggered the slicer in his turn and then triggered spark. He didn't put anything in.
Right. Yeah. Oh, here's Bane.
Here's Bane, so.
Okay.
So he's slowly getting that control now, and he's got to be careful now. If he commits too much on when he's attacking,
Yeah, exactly.
he could be in a bit of trouble with Bane. You know, especially if
if
he
he'd have
sees
gone in
Vader.
with Zeb there, I think it would have. It was tempting to go in with Zeb there, but Zeb probably would have died. Yes, he would have took some of them with him, but he would have died, and then, you know, it could have got a little bit bad for Andy there. He could have lost a lot of his board with Bane hitting the board.
Yeah.
So
Of course, Bane with the Trump. Does Trumper work?
only works
Attacking and
no, it only works on attacking units.
right. Yes. Okay. Yes, because isn't there some trick where you use it on your own unit?
Yeah, you could potentially pull your own unit out.
Yeah, just suffer a damage, but get it out of a bad engagement.
Basically, yeah. It's probably just
So he's looking like he might be quite aggressive here.
Yeah. I suppose he's going on the basis here that he's going to win that force. I don't know.
Well, he's also thinking, well, I've got an ice trumper. I can always kick something out if I really. No, sorry, he's attacking, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think he'd make that mistake, but some people do sometimes forget what they're in, whether they're attacking or defending.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Andy's still got 4 cards. This is quite risky from Mick.
Yeah. Especially when he knows one of those is a 3-pip Falcon.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I
he
mean, he
knows-
wouldn't
He knows
necessarily
that.
mind him throwing away a Falcon, but he knows it's in there.
Yeah, so maybe that's what he's trying to do here.
Yeah,
Yes.
but with 4 cards, I wouldn't say he's got to do that. And if Mick will have to put in a lot,
Yeah, he's going to have to cover
and
that,
then he'll be
isn't
wide open for counter attack.
It looks like Andy's going to let this go. Which he's still thinking. See, this is where I reckon you play that Yoda, you see Yoda.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that's what he's doing.
here we go.
So he's going to get a shuffle, so potentially he can get something in with Spark. Hopefully,
Something with the slides.
yeah. So he's probably hoping that Cloud City from the Falcon set's going to go on the top here. That would be the kind of the perfect unit to have on the top, I think.
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad, would it? So here we go.
So
he probably wants to trigger all of that before. Well, has he
got
used the child yet?
No, he uses.
Oh, so he's not.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, I think he should have had a look, shouldn't he?
He should have done. He should have had a look and done the slicer. He should have done all of that before Mick got to strike.
Yeah, just he might have got another unit.
He could have got an
And-
enhancement.
Yeah. Oh,
So he's just done it
he
now.
just did
so,
something. Yeah.
he's just done the child now. So if that's an enhancement, Andy's probably a bit annoyed with himself, I think.
Yeah.
I was surprised Mick didn't put the other focus on Kanan.
Where did he put it?
There you go. That's why he's not put it on. He put it on the child. So he's just played that's from the Palpatine set. So you just destroy a unit committed to the Force when you win the Force by 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's not a bad turn for Mick. But he's a little bit open to being attacked now, isn't he? But he's still got some good defenders, isn't he? He's still got that Trompo, he's still got a tactics, still got a shielding unit.
Do you not think if Andy could have declared defender with Kanan, Mick would have, he did have edge 1, but he might have committed a bit because Andy could have thrown in a couple of cards.
I don't think it would
Then
matter.
he could have used Yoda, you seek Yoda.
I don't think it matters though, because even if Andy wins edge, he's got the protector, so he's not going to stop any of it.
No, I'm just thinking of getting some cards out of Mick's hand. I suppose he would have then risked losing another unit because Bane could have then struck.
Yeah, I don't think Mick would have put any cards in because everything he needed was black icons.
Right, yeah, okay.
So, but Andy's just got a hide hand from Spark, which is pretty nice. If it's not a main, you want to see one of them probably.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's not a bad time to get it. You don't want to get it just before you're about to lose the Force.
No. Definitely not.
It's just that Ice Tromper now is maybe a bit of a thorn in Andy's side. I mean, Zeb's immune. Well, he's not immune, but he can take it on the blaster.
Yeah, exactly. And that blaster doesn't go away. It just gets shuffled back into your deck. So it's another way of shuffling that deck as well.
Yeah, it's true.
For Spark. So it looks like he's got Falcon. And he's also got Cloud City. So
yeah,
that's pretty nice.
He's got the Zeb that he can't play.
So do you go for the Falcon here, or do you go for the Bamboozle with Zeb and everything like that? Do you go for the Tricks turn?
It's tempting, isn't it? Because
it gives you stronger edge hand.
Yeah. Looks like he's thinking about it.
So yeah, it looks like he's doing that, isn't it? He's going for the I'm going to go for all the tricks. But he's only going to be able to get either the Bamboozle or the Don't Get Cocky off. He's only got the one Smuggler resource left.
Yeah. So who can he move it to? I suppose you probably want to get rid of the shield, maybe?
I think I want to get rid of the Black Tactics.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
To be honest, or the edge. But I think the Black Tactics.
But what does the champion cost? Do they cost 3?
Yes.
Right, yeah. So, there's no reason to do the Tromper or the Protector, really. You might as well go either Black Tactics or the Shield.
Or the Shield.
Yeah, it's a tough one to call that. At least with the Lackey, he'd have to double focus the Lackey. But, yeah, tactics can be a problem.
But he has got the tricks in hand, hasn't he? He's got that Bamboozle.
Yeah, he might want him to have the tactics because then he can fling it back.
So I'm surprised he could have moved it from mixed Lackey that's double focused.
Yeah.
But I suppose.
But why wouldn't you do it from the child?
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, if you win edge, you're going to get to double strike with Zeb, aren't you? That's the thing.
Yeah. Like you say, by playing this way round, he's given himself a strong edge hand.
Yeah. Would you send in the a couple of tactics at a nothing objective just to try and knock the board down here?
Well, the problem with that is the Lackey with the black tactics.
But you've got the Bamboozle in hand anyway.
Yeah, but it would be really nice if you could use Zeb twice.
Yeah. And I suppose you want to try and force Mick to use that Ice Tromper, don't you?
Yeah.
You don't want that I don't think you want that hanging around on the board for too long.
Yeah, I think both of them. Mick can't hang around and just wait to use it. He's got to just use it and get rid of that blaster.
Yeah. So Andy's going
just
in for quite a big
accept
attack.
it, and the same thing the other way around. Andy's just got to accept at some point something's going to get kicked out.
Yeah, or he's going to lose his enhancement.
Yeah.
So Andy's going in at Hunter for hire here.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3. So technically, if he can get this unopposed, he could in theory blow this up with a bow rifle or double strike.
Obviously, if he does that, then he loses his bamboozle. But yeah, you're probably just going to double strike with Zeb.
But he would have enough on the board to blow the other objective up anyway, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
So Mick's defending with the Lackey and the Royal Guard champion.
So the thing is, I know, because he's got the protectors as well. It's very difficult for Andy to be able to double strike with Zeb, really, isn't it?
Why is that?
Well, how's he gonna? If he'll hit the Lackey.
So he's one edge.
I suppose you can tactics the Lackey with the hired hands, can't he?
Yeah.
Or even the Cloud City.
Yeah. So he's.
But you see, if the because I was just thinking, if the Royal Guard champion strikes, then the Ice Trooper can do the final bit of damage. But obviously, you can just take that on the blaster.
Yes, correct.
So yeah, looking pretty good, really.
Looks well equipped, just picked up.
Oh baby.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, from Asteroid Sanctuary.
That's like even better.
It looked like he nearly forgot it as well.
Right.
Well, he's thinking about it. I would go for the don't get cocky here, just blow the subjective up. Plus, I love the card. It's so good when you
There
get
you
to
go.
play it. So Zeb is striking for 4 objective bombs.
4 objective damage. Wow.
Woof.
And 2, possibly 3 unit damage.
Yeah. So it's
with
not
targeted strike.
Yeah. So we were discussing this quite a bit. Is the don't get cocky. You don't normally try and get it with a main, because normally people defend quite big with when you send a Zed in or a Yoda in. They generally defend a little bit more. So it's normally easier to get that don't get cocky off with something like a child or a slicer. It's really good when you can get it off with a main. When you're striking for 4 rather than 2 or 3.
So it was definitely interesting there. I'm just trying to work out in my head whether the bamboozle would have ended up doing more damage or not.
I think it would end up doing more because you'd get to strike with Zeb. So you'd get to resolve.
So you'd probably end up doing more unit damage.
Unit damage again, which with the targeted strike could be good. So,
but if he struck with the Cloud City operative first, tactics the Lackey.
It's a difficult one because I'm tempted to strike with Zed first, so you can keep rid of.
I would have now that I've played the don't get cocky. I would have thought.
But he's doing it the same way. Especially when you've done the don't get cocky. I suppose he's immune from the Ice Tromper anyway, isn't he? That's the thing. So.
Yeah, he'll just lose an objective damage, a unit damage.
Yeah.
That's all. Yeah. So that was interesting as well because Andy tactics the Lackey first before doing the unit damage.
Yeah, I think if he'd done it the other way round, Mick probably would have protected it.
Yeah, which would have been obviously Andy would have just got that extra ping on the protectors.
Yeah.
It's not a massive deal, but it's it's just something.
So
now Zeb.
Well, he's got the
unless Mick. So if Mick's
got the Royal Guard, hasn't he? So he's probably going to kill Cloud City here. So I'm surprised Andy didn't strike with that first.
Yeah, exactly.
He's kind of got the same result, just minus an objective damage that he would have got anyway.
Yeah, I mean overall he's got the objective.
But maybe it's because Mick hadn't triggered the Ice Tromper, and he's just making sure that the subjective's going. That's all I can imagine. So, he's only got 2 guns, so you go for the Ice Tromper here, don't you? Surely.
I would, yeah.
Can't be protected.
Just
get rid of it. Get that headache off the board, so you can use that blaster for something like a Force Lightning.
Yeah, exactly. And there's another Ice Tromper at some point, and if both are out, then suddenly Zeb's quite vulnerable to that.
Yeah.
So he went for the Protector. So if he'd have done what we said, that Protector might not be on the board anymore.
Yeah. See, if he'd gone for the Ice Tromper, he would have won this game now, wouldn't he? Because he could have gone in with Yoda and because he's only got the Royal Guard to defend with.
Yeah, he would only have the Royal Guard to defend with.
Whereas at the moment, Nick can just kick Yoda out.
You're
so
right.
if he'd gone for the Ice Tromper, but he's got the well equipped.
Well equipped, right. So he went in with Yoda in. At the bottom objective?
He might have gone in at the middle.
No, because he must have defended that, surely.
Yeah, so I think he must have gone in at the middle here. Yeah. So he's just freeing Zeb up. So Andy's,
that's it.
Andy's got this.
And that blaster.
Yeah.
Oh, and don't get cocky. That's just till the end of the strike, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It'd be too good, I think, otherwise.
That would be pretty mental.
So I think Andy's wrapped this up quite comfortably, really.
Right. So I don't think we actually said at the start. So Andy needed to win this game.
Yes.
To force this final to a second game.
Yeah.
And it's winner takes all next game.
Yeah. So.
Well, just assuming it goes the way we think it's going to go.
I don't think there's anything that can stop it here. Yeah.
Maybe a Palpatine in hand. No, like you said, I don't think it could stop it.
No.
It'd have to be a Palpatine and a heat.
Yeah.
No, but heat, you can use the blaster with heat as well, can't you? I'm not sure.
I'm not 100% sure. Even then, he only had one unit damage, didn't he? So Zeb's still going to be around with one. But I think definitely the two cards there were Don't Get Cocky and the blaster.
Yep, both from that No Match for a Good Blaster set.
I think me, Andy, and JP were the only three running that set.
So does it give you a warm, fuzzy feeling that your deck has made it to the final?
Oh yeah, definitely, and it did some work. I think I won 2 or 3 games with a Don't Get Cocky play on a Chud, just to swing in and blow an objective up that my opponent didn't have. Thought you're not going to do this.
Yeah, and we obviously didn't see the objective, but that objective as well, it just turns off Chud blocks basically.
Yeah.
Because you can block with a Chud, but I'll blow that Chud up, and actually I'll end up getting more objective damage.
Yeah. Your opponent
you might take away my white blast, but I'll get it back by killing your unit.
Yeah. Or if it goes wrong for your opponent, you suddenly got an additional damage that they didn't think you were going to get.
Yeah.
But I think Andy played a very clean game there. You could definitely tell towards the end he knew he was winning, or he had it in the bag when he's rushing through the phases.
I think we could see there was even like a few ways of winning.
Yeah.
He could have done it in different ways, and
I think that's what you want from your decks when you're getting towards the finals, or when you're in finals.
Yeah, and I think you can blindly just stick the Falcon down and just automatically think that's what I should be doing. But I think Andy recognised I need it. I want a big edge, a few tricks here, and that should do it. A Falcon's not actually doing that much for me now.
No.
He may well have won it anyway with the Falcon, but I think by having those tricks, it made it a bit more of a certain thing.
Yeah, he left himself more options, didn't he? He had the Bamboozle and the Don't Get Cocky, rather than just having the Falcon.
Exactly, and obviously turned out didn't use that Bamboozle.
Exactly. So
held that for a long time.
Yeah, but obviously that well equipped was a good pickup.
Yeah. Don't forget those Asteroid Sanctuary triggers, people. They win games.
That's it. They win games. Yeah, they really do, especially with Spark about.
Yeah. So So, like I say, Andy's taken that to game 2. So the lads will basically swap sides. So Andy will be playing that Navy deck we've seen in previous games, and Nick will be playing his light side deck that we've not seen yet.
Yes, look forward to that one.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll catch you next time.
Yeah,
Cheers, guys. Bye.
Cheers.